Welcome back, my ninja dudes, to another Slick Ninja Dude video. Today, it's kind of a little bit different of a video. If you remember last time, I did a War Thunder video. It was on the Leopard 2A4, and I didn't really get, I didn't really get the footage or the video, the content that I was looking for. But then last night I was playing, and I gotta be honest, I was playing and I had lost every single game that night. Didn't matter if I was playing Germans or Americans, just that night was not going well. And then the very last game I played right before I went to bed, I actually won the game. And I didn't just win it, I did really good at it. So I was just going to show you the replay there and show you that it doesn't always come down to skill, because as we all know, I'm not very good at War Thunder. And this was quite a bit of luck, but also I think a lot of it is strategy. And so I'm hoping to show you guys this here in this replay. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this replay. Alright guys, so here's the replay. We're on the snow map. I forgot what it's called. But this is the game I was talking about, the replay. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and switch to my player view here. This is the view that how I saw the game. Basically, you're seeing the game through my eyes. So for some reason I have the show markers and replays so that you can see my teammates and see what they're up to. It also shows what the enemy is up to, so just keep in mind that I don't actually see the enemy's names. But here we go. So I'm just going to narrate to you what I was thinking. This is my mouse here. First thing I was thinking is I was going to use this guy to turn. And it worked. I even say thank you in chat. I honestly don't know what he's doing here. But the second thing I'm thinking is I want to take this tunnel up here. That usually on this map you have like capture zones. You have 3, A, B, and C, but this one we only have A and B, and this one is, I can't remember exactly what the mode's called, but basically if the enemy takes your zone, then you lose. So I decided I'm going to try and take this tunnel, or keep them from coming through this tunnel. Just shooting down some of these little things that could get or block my view of enemy tanks. So I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for enemies to come. I see this red marker on my mini map, and so I know that they're there, or at least I think I know that they're there, but I know that guy's right there. So I'm sitting here waiting, and that's kind of me just being bored waiting. But then I see this guy up here that's kind of attacking our buddies up here, and so I decided I'm going to pull back, see if I can get a shot on him. This probably wasn't the smartest idea, just in case there were enemies coming through the tunnel. And he's right there. He's on the other side of the rock, you can see. I don't see him, obviously, and so I decide here in a minute I'm just going to drive off. I get lucky. Someone misses their shot, and so I'm going to come back and make sure that no one's coming through this tunnel. And luckily for me, no one was coming through this tunnel. At this point, I see on the mini map, because I can also hear him, that I have an ally behind me. And you'll see that I think I look back here in a second to see who it is or what it is, but I can hear him. And so I decide I'm gonna go forward and try and see if I can push them. As I meet up to this corner, I know that they have some good hiding places off to the left here that they could easily get a shot in. So you can kind of see I'm peeking. I probably should have moved my barrel either behind me or to the left so that they couldn't see it if they were there. But I don't see anybody, so I'm sitting there kind of slowly peeking. No one's there. I decided to go for it. And for some reason, to my surprise, no one's here. And so I decided, free real estate, I'm going to go for it. And I see this BMP, and I for some reason, I only see him. I take it, and unfortunately, the T-70B sees me. So that is me getting kind of overconfident there. But I just wanted to be able to stop people from coming, but obviously that didn't work. So then I decided I'm going to use my my backup. At this point, I was kind of deciding where I was going to go. I didn't think I wanted to really go back up through the tunnel, so I decided I was going to take this little pass right here between these this mountain to my right and this hill to my left, because I can see this guy down here is able to get down there. So I decided it's probably a little bit safer of a route. I'm turning on my thermals, trying to see if there's people over here. Obviously, I see nothing. And so I'm going to decide here that I'm going to go to the left. So I have one kill so far. You know, not really that good of a kill, to be honest. Probably didn't benefit us too much. Coming around the corner, I see someone's shooting. I think it's just a tank MG. It's actually an M13. And you may be thinking, why would you kill this guy? That's too much. And then I also thought this M22 was a Sherman. So I take him out. I actually say in chat, I'm sorry to him. But there's two things here or two reasons why I took both of them out. First one is about the M13. I didn't want him sending tracer rounds to our air support. We needed as much air support as we could get. So I took him out because obviously if you're playing War Thunder and you have tracer rounds coming at you, you're going to try and avoid them. So I took him out for that reason. I actually thought that M22 was an M4 Sherman. So I took him out because at that angle that he was at, an M4 Sherman probably would have been able to penetrate my hull, at least the front part of my hull. And even that M22, if I would have let him go, or let him go and just left him, he could have come around to my side and penetrated me and caused some serious damage there. So, you know, it is overkill, but at the same time, they were kind of, I don't know, almost necessary for them to go for me to be able to progress forward. So here I'm just checking to see if anyone's taken that hill. I don't see anything. I'm trying to stick to my left as much as possible because it's giving me cover from people are respawning. And I actually didn't know that T-72A was down there. But a BT-5 comes up, I go, oh, easy kill, and somehow the round gets dirt between his track and his track guards, and I get the assist. How that happens, I don't know. I call it getting Gaijined, but it happened. You know, that's just part of, I guess, volumetrics for you. So after killing that, or before killing that BMP, or what am I trying to say, BT-5, I realized I was on the spawn radar, so I backed up. I was going to try and get another view, and I decided that I was going to come up this little trail here. And so I'm coming up, really nothing's happening. I actually don't even see that there's a guy back there. And so I decided I'm going to come back, and I look behind me right as that T-80B missed me with, I think it was an artillery shell. I couldn't be sure, but at the time I thought it was his actual shell. So I prepped myself for him to come around that corner, and I'm just gonna wait for him here. I think at this time I think he's pushing, but I'm not completely sure. I'm looking off to my right. I thought this Leopard 2K was actually a Leopard 2A5, so I was a little worried about that flank, but looking at it now, I obviously had nothing to fear. And I see that there's also guys on my mini-map back behind me, so I was checking that out, making sure that they weren't going to be a threat to me, and if I could, take them out so that they weren't a threat to my team. At this point, I see like antennas. This XM1 sees me, so I let him know that, yeah, I see you, bud. I actually didn't know it was a Leopard. I thought it was a French tank, I didn't know it was an XM1. I thought it was a French tank. I see that T-80B's engine bay, and so I'm getting ready for him. And then I see him through these trees, and Yeah, I know I'm not going to be able to take a head-on shot from him, so I start backing up a little bit, hopefully trying to bait him to come out. Unfortunately, I don't hear this XM1 come up on me, and he gets the kill. Yeah, I don't know, that's kind of a tricky situation because either way, one of those tanks was going to push. So I spawn in with my, how do you say this? Big Elite Panzer. And my main concern right now is that XM1 is going to come over and push through that pass I went through. And then I see the A7D, and now my concern's him. I'm still worried about that XM1, so I decided I'm going to try and block him off. I think it's a 30mm, maybe it's a 50mm. I think it's a 50mm. But my gun's not going to do anything against him, but I have a tow missile that will. I get to this point, kind of just looking around, not really confident there, and so I'm going to eventually kind of back up here, and I'm going to, I see this Class 3P, and I decide I'm going to try and help him out a little bit on this little hill. I'm watching that pass, making sure that that XM1 doesn't come. I haven't heard him yet, so I decide I'm going to come up here and try and either spot enemies or try to be of use to my team here. I'm still worried, like I said, worried about that pass because if tanks come up through there, they can easily spawn camp or easily shoot me in the back. Obviously, I couldn't see anything with my I thought this guy's actually alive for a minute, but he's not. But obviously, I couldn't see anything through that smoke with thermal, so I had to kind of push up a little bit. But like I said, this whole time I'm just sitting here listening to stuff. I see that Class 3P, or I hear that the Class 3P is under fire. I realize that this is a light tank, and I'll let him have it. Now this is actually pretty painful right here, because I see Class 3P needs help, so I'm like, oh, I'm just going to back up to him. Nope, that's not going to work. Well, I guess I'll just keep it in neutral and, you know, use my traverse speed. Nope, that doesn't work. And so I kind of, you know, spend about 10 seconds just trying to get to this guy, which is kind of sad, but decide, you know, the Class 3P is a very useful tank to have on the battlefield, so we need him. Really, at this point in time, I'm just kind of trying to observe the map, see what my team's doing, see where enemy fire is coming from, and the whole time I'm sitting here with the thought in mind that they're probably pushing right on us right now, and I'm just not seeing them. I do catch a glimpse of this AMX-32 in my thermals. He gets away. I think I saw him right there. I obviously didn't. He gets away, and that's the last I'll see of him. I do start hearing some noises off to my right. And so I kind of go to check that out. I hadn't really realized that our M48 went through there, and then it just kind of like clicked, like, oh, my teammate's over there, and I heard a second gunshot, so I decide I'm gonna go see what's up. He might be engaging an enemy. He might need help. So I come over here, look over. I'm slowly checking, making sure there's no one else around. Fire my tow and take out a T-72. I actually thought that M48 was dead, so that's why I didn't go up to help him. But you'll see later that it's probably a good thing that I didn't go off to help him. That sounds kind of mean, but sometimes they're just in that bad spot where they'll get both of you killed. The Panzer has these proximity rounds that are really useful against aircraft, and as you saw there, I was trying to use them against the A4E. And I see that our Class 3P is being suppressed by enemy fire. Look over, there's the AMX 13, and he's dead. And I shot a round off just to make sure he's dead. I actually didn't know that M3 Bradley was there. I was going to try and push this Leopard over the hill to try and use him as cover, but yeah, like I said, as you saw there, after a little while, it's just no point. So as you can hear, there's this T-80B coming up, and I can hear his turbo. I'm just kind of hoping to get up on this rock right here and be able to look over. Obviously, that didn't happen. And then this T-72A decides to join them. So it's like, either I can cut him off coming around the rock, or I can cut him off coming up the hill here. I see my Leopard A1 buddy, and I decided he's probably going to need help, because I had in my mind that these were probably Russian tanks. What Russian tanks, I really didn't know. I just had the thought they're probably Russian tanks, and a Leopard A1 is going to struggle against the front armor of a Russian tank. If it is, you know, T-72 or T-80. That's just me kind of trying to avoid the artillery fire, not to let them know I'm here. And also, artillery fire against these light tanks it's just ruthless. So I'm trying to cut them off. Look over. Oh shoot, this guy's not scared of me. He's gonna have a good shot on me. I back up, and he sees that I'm backing up, and he goes to push. And unfortunately for him, I get in a good spot to launch my tow, and he fires, and he hits the right side of my tank, which is occupied by the engine. So really and here I go to launch artillery on this T-80B, but really the only damage he did was he took out my engine, and probably the heat from the explosion of my engine probably gave my crew members maybe a burn or something, but they're really still intact, and they're ready to fight. This is me trying to find this T-80B. I launched a tow missile because I think I know where he is. Obviously I didn't, and yeah. Probably should have pushed up here a little bit. I don't think he was really paying attention to me. But yeah, it looks like I pushed up a little too late here. So I hear him drive off, and I kind of go just to check that there's not anyone else there. I'm also seeing this firing. I kind of want to try and get a shot off on him, but once again, it kind of put me in a bad spot. And actually, so, what? That's weird. So that T-72 I killed, for some reason it doesn't show on the replay. Oh. And this T-80B does the right thing. He goes for the Class 3P, but realizes I'm the one looking at him, so he takes me out first, while the Class 3P is still trying to get oriented. So, there's supposed to be a T-72 there where I backed up from, but I guess there wasn't. Or, no, there was, but it just didn't show it on the replay. So here I see that there's two enemies next to spawn on my map, my little mini map, and so I should have been a kill shot, but for some reason the crewmates absorb everything, and then this T-80B gets a little overconfident, pushes around the corner, and I am able to get a side shot on him, which finishes him. So here I see that my Leopard A1 buddy is under enemy fire. I know it's a ZSU or a Tunguski, so I'm trying to find him here through these trees. The Leopard 2K doesn't have thermal, so I can't really use sights to try and find him. But anyway, so I realize I'm gonna have to drive up a few meters. Oh, hi! Boom, you know. And I see that he has his hook out, so I was like, oh, maybe he wants to be pulled back to repair. So I was gonna get behind him, I pull out my hook, kind of shoot him in the back to let him know. Oh no, you know. I see the bomb drop, crap, you know. So at this point, I'm debating, do I want to spawn in my heli? I don't want to spawn in my full rack Panzer, because I'm pretty sure I just took out the last other plane. I realize at this point that, let me click on myself. I realize at this point that, yeah, I need to. It's a close match, and it's late in the game, so there's probably not going to be any more aircraft or enemy aircraft up after that bomber. And I didn't realize that at the time, but I have 8 kills in aircraft kill. So I'm actually doing pretty well, but I haven't realized it yet. And they actually do come back with an A-1G, but you'll see here in a minute, he's shot down pretty quickly. But I know that this Dr. Suck HR guy is a pretty good player. In fact, he's pretty much at the top of the leaderboard here. And you know, we have a Class 3P, which is a little bit lighter of a vehicle. And let's see, we also have a KPC-70, a Leopard A1, and an M48 A2, which are all tanks that are going to struggle against a T-80B, which is what Dr. Sucker is. And at this point, I'm kind of sitting here, and I really want to sit here. I really want to catch someone trying to come up over the hill there, but I'm being shot at. I can hear something going on with missiles. So I decided, no, I gotta get out of here, or else I'm just gonna give them an easy target. So I decided I'm gonna come around this rock, hopefully get a better angle. I hear the other chopper. I get worried. That's a COP 50. It's not. He goes down, and now it's just me in the air. So this is. I realize what good of a position I'm in, and I'm looking for AA there. I don't see any. And then I see, one second, I'm probably going to have to, yeah, let me, so I see this T-80B down here, and I fire a missile, and unfortunately, it only detonates the explosive armor, which, I mean, that's what explosive armor is supposed to do, but, and then that one I just missed. So I decided I'm going to try and get around him, get around that smoke. I kind of thought he was going to go up that rock and I was going to lose him. He was also at such a low point for me in that last position that I wasn't really able to connect my missiles to him because he's just so far below me that my computer was just having a hard time, or the computer on the helicopter was just having a hard time guiding the missiles in. Oh jeez. Let me go back. So let's see here. I think it's free attached camera. Nope. Free chase. Free camera. Nope. That will work. So I kind of get gypped with a few of my shots here. My missiles hit the top of the T-80B. It should have been a kill shot. I'm not sure if you saw in that last kill or that last little camera where it shows where you hit him. At this point, he's yeah, sideways, easy kill. I'm out of missiles, and I decided I'm gonna go back to the helipads. So I'm not sure if you saw, but in one of those little cameras things, it shows the missile hitting the top of that T-80B's turret and going through the turret and hitting the track. So I don't know how that works. War Thunder's funny that way. And I was actually worried that he came back in like another T-72 or something. And seeing that we only had a Lek Panzer, I remember seeing the Lek Panzer before I came back. So I got a little worried that he was going to be in another Russian heavy tank. So I was trying to make it back as fast as possible. But I just want to show you something. So if we're comparing our teams here, in my opinion, I definitely think these guys have some of the better skilled players. And for a lot of that game, they played really well. In fact, they had us pretty much cooped up next to our spawn. But it's the strategies that, you know, is me trying to help. Or oh gosh, sorry, I dropped something. It's me trying to help my teammates get, you know, either repaired or trying to take off some suppression fire from them. And really, I think won us the game was the strategies here. And I'm going to be honest, I'm usually not this strategic. So I get ready to take off, and the game ends right here, and we win. It was a successful mission. So yeah, I didn't realize that I had 9 kills until the end of the game. I had 1 aircraft, or I destroyed 1 aircraft, only had 4 deaths and 1 assist. Yeah, it honestly, I feel like some of that definitely came down to luck, but I think most of it came down to strategy. Because as you can see, these guys, like, I have the most tank kills on my side. Dr. Suck HR has the most on his. And in fact, a lot of these guys up at the top have more than the guys at the top of ours. I mean, the 8s match here, they can kind of cancel each other out. But other than that, like, even number 2 had more kills than our number 1 guy. And let's see here. So that's 3rd place, 4th place. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3rd place on their team had more kills. 4th place on our team had more kills. Yeah, so they definitely were having a little bit more kills than we did. So I definitely have considered at least these top 5, 6, 7 players to be more skilled than most of us up here. But like I said, it just comes down to strategy. Now, a lot of, how do I put this? The map plays a big part into who wins the battle, in my opinion. There's a map I'm trying to think of. I can't think of it right now. But there's a, you know, there's multiple maps on War Thunder where it's just whoever can spawn camp whoever the quickest, you know, and that's typically how these War Thunder games come or unfold. Is you usually have War Thunder or you basically have these War Thunder maps that, you know, you get these few positions, take out the enemy's initial push, and then you're able to, you know, go sit right in front of their spawns and be able to spawn camp. And so I'm not completely sure how much of a... I feel like the Frozen... What was it? The Frozen Pass is a little bit more of a balanced map. I've seen it go both ways multiple times, but... Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that replay. It's kind of a little bit longer of a replay. I hope you can kind of see the strategy there that I was using. I don't think I've really played very many games with that much strategy going through my head. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm hoping I can get an American tank RB battle or tank RB video out soon. probably starring either the Sherman Jumbo or another Sherman. And so I guess we'll see you then. See ya.